Hello, my name is Samuel Silvery. I'm a solutions architect here at Nirmata, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a GitOps workflow. A GitOps workflow is where you define your application in Git, usually in a particular branch, and then you use that to maintain the state of your application. So in Nirmata, there are two ways to do that. One is to create a Git catalog app, and the other is to create a Git application directly in an environment. If you're using an older version of Nirmata, you're only going to be able to use GitOps in the environment, and you're not going to be able to create a catalog app. But if you've upgraded to 2.11, you're going to be able to create a GitOps style application in your catalog. So if we go into a catalog and we click on Add Application, and then you select the type of Git. So we're going to give it a name of Nginx Git cat, and then we'll post in this GitOps, this Git repository. We'll select the branch as master. If you click on advanced here, you can select a particular directory. You can set your include list, things of that nature. So if we click on OK here, if you've created a normal app in Nirmata, you're going to notice a big difference. There's no ability to edit your YAML like you would if you were looking at a more standard catalog app where you can edit your deployments, create new deployments, do services, select config and storage. All you have is your catalog app and your definition of Git. Any editing you need to do must happen in Git because that's your source of truth. We're not going to alter much of anything except what we need to do to apply your YAML to a namespace. So if we click on the Sync Now button, it's going to sync up. It'll sync up automatically if you just wait for it. If we look under releases, you can see we've already started a rollout to the rapid channel of the new release that we got when we hit the Sync Now button. You'll notice the stable channel does not have a release. The stable channel does not automatically get updated, so you need to publish a release to it. So we're going to publish this to the stable channel, and that's going to go into pending, and this takes a little bit. So while we're waiting for this to happen, we're going to go over to our environments. We're going to go over here to Git test. Let's look at our settings here. Okay, we're set to notify. So we're going to run our application here. And we're going to call this Nginx Git env. The upstream type is Git. We'll select our credentials. Again, I'm going to paste in my repository. I'll select the test branch this time. We'll select slash as our directory, and YAML .yaml is our include list. We'll select OK. So if we go over to the Git tab here, you're going to see we connected to our Git repository. We found our last commit, and we applied it. If we go over here to resources, you can see we've already started up the defined deployment, the defined services. We've got a persistent volume claim. This is not going to work for me because I don't have a default storage class. And I've got a config map that was defined, and I've got secrets that I've defined. If we look here in our GitOps repo, we can see we've got a file here with our config map defined. This is our secret here with just a bogus password. And we've got a PVC here. This is dependent on the default storage class, which I don't have defined on that cluster. And then we have a deployment here that's Nginx. So if we look at the test branch, you can see we have replicas set to 1 here. If we wanted to tweak that, and you can tweak other things in here, but replicas is an easy thing to see. And then we'll say set reps to, what was it, 2? Yeah. Okay, so we'll commit the changes. So If we go over here to get, it hasn't gotten it yet because the last applied was set reps to 1. So we're going to click on sync now. We've successfully synchronized this, but you're seeing status is pending. Why is this pending? Well, if we go back to our environment here and we look at our settings, our update policy is set to notify. If we go back to our application and we get bored with waiting, we'll force it to reevaluate. And you can see we have a change request here. So if we click on the view details of this, you can see we're going from 1 to 2 replicas. And if we accept changes, it's going to immediately pull up another Nginx. If we go over to here, we can see that we committed this commit, and it's got this commit message. So if we go back and we flip over to the master branch here, and we edit our replicas up to 3 on that one, and then we say set reps to 3. Now note this is a different file than the branch in test. We go over to our catalog and we will see here, last commit message was set reps to 2. Let's resync it. Okay, so now it's set reps to 3. If we go here to releases, we are pending a release to the rapid channel. So if we want to run our application here, we'll call this Nginx. Sure, cat get, and then we're going to need to do it to a different namespace because if we do it all to the same namespace, we'll have a collision because there are elements in common between both the branches. Okay, so you can see we've got Nginx master, but we've only got 2 pods here. But in get, we're set to 3 replicas. So what's going on here? So if we click on our application, we go back here, it's definitely got that. But what's going on? If we look up here, we're going to see our channel is stable. Now remember, I told you that the stable channel does not get automatically updated. The version, oops, I didn't mean to click into that. You can see the version here is 246, which is the original version. We never published this. It got published to the rapid channel, but the stable channel never got the change. So this is going to take a minute here. I'll pause the recording. Okay, so we've gotten a rollout on our stable channel. If we look at our running application, we'll notice that we have 3 pods here, one of which is only a couple seconds old. So why did this publish while the other one we had to submit to the change request? So if we go back to the environment here, GitOps demo, we're going to see our settings here are set to update. Now, if we had deployed this, so let's go back and run this application. We'll call it get cat, and we'll deploy it back in there. But we're going to not use the stable one. We'll use the rapid channel. All right. So you can see it's bringing up 3 pods. We go back over here to GitHub and we change this to 1 pod. We commit our changes. We come back to our catalog application, force a synchronization. We didn't give it a commit message, so GitHub just stuck in update Nginx. We go over to releases. Now we're pending here. So we'll pause the recording for a couple of seconds to, oh, never mind. So you can see it's rolled out. If we go back to our running applications, we can already see there's only one pod deployed here. So that's how you do a GitOps workflow. You have a choice. You can either do it as a environment app, which everything is controlled through the environment. This is going to be much, this might be better for somebody who's, you just want to manage it in the environment. You don't want to manage a catalog app. You don't have this application running in multiple environments, or if you do have it running in multiple environments, they're using different branches and whatnot. The catalog method of doing this is going to be much better if you're running the exact same app on different clusters. The other thing to realize is unless your Git repository is publicly available, you're going to need to go in over here on integrations and add a Git credential here, or you're going to need your administrator to go in and add this Git credential. Note that you can set up access control. So if your administrator doesn't want you to have the Git credential itself, they can go in and actually add a team, like the QA team, and add a single person to your Git credentials. So that's pretty much all you need to know to do GitOps on Nirmata.